Experts are urging livestock and pet owners to take precautions due to the weather. Jasmine Bingham has more on how to protect them.
Jennifer, the department's commissioner, Dr. Mike Strain, says younger and older pets and livestock are more vulnerable during freezing temperatures. Officials say owners of livestock should pay close attention to livestock and pets, checking for signs of stress or illness like shivering and lethargy. Younger and older pets are more prone to experience weather-related issues. Livestock owners should make sure shelter is available along with plenty of hay, feed, and energy supplements, while being cautious of antifreeze waste as it could be deadly for animals if eaten.
Provide enough nutrition and energy. Make sure that the water troughs don't freeze, and if they do freeze, get out there very quickly and break that ice so they can have fresh water. Your horses, feed them as normal. Make sure they have adequate water intake. That's very important. And then some type of shelter if possible. For cattle, if you can have a windbreak, that makes a big difference. And of course, they can be in a group of trees, if not, as long as they are full of energy.
The Humane Society Adoption Center says personal pets should not be left outside because it's harder for them to stand through cold weather. They say with these weather conditions, your pet could freeze to death if left outside. Make sure to have your pet in a pet igloo or sheltered area with blankets, hay, and a heat lamp if possible.
If they're not normally inside, put them in a laundry room or a bathroom or a dog crate or something so that they're not outside where it's freezing. And so are younger puppies. If you have a mama nursing puppies or something, please do not leave them outside. You will lose that whole litter and you're probably going to lose mom too.
Terry Matthews with the Humane Society says if you see a pet outside during cold weather, to call police or animal control to come check on the pet. Back to